The Rancor's Brothel presents The Curse of Strahd.
She says, "Stop. Stay there. You'll find no fancy flowers here, boys. Only the thorns on the edge of the rose. Come no closer."
I do the dance. Open the door.
Okay.
How far away from the door is she?
I'm not gonna.
15 feet. You can't see her, though, because there's a curtain in the way.
Oh.
So the door clicks open,
I push the curtain aside.
and as the curtain pulls inside, she whirls around. She keeps the axe towards you guys, and she points the rapier right at your throat, Matt.
At my throat, like she's already at the door?
No,
That's a
but I mean,
5 foot
She's just
square.
pointing it towards my
yes.
throat. There's towards my throat and at my throat.
It's alright, we're not here to hurt you.
I step in before the door closes.
She's like, "Are you...
Looking for Octavio.
Describe to me this Rictavio."
Sometimes he looks like an elf. Sometimes he looks like an old man.
Have you seen him?
Today? No.
It's been
Couple of days.
4
days.
full
It's
days.
been 2 or 3 days, yeah.
2 3 days.
Where?
In Valaki.
You notice her breathing is becoming more and more labored.
You appear to be pretty injured. We might be able to help you with that.
Excuse me if I'm not so trusting. I've seen what this wonderful land of Barovia has to offer me.
I understand that. How about you just let us go down?
And it begins she says, so she lets it click a couple and she says stop, and they stop again.
Really didn't eat well.
My berry's all bothered.
You see her sort of look, and she sort of, for the first time, Matt, she was doing a pivot between both groups, and she sort of backed perpendicular to you so she can try and keep both of you, or both groups in her field of vision.
Let me help your wounds.
She actually drops the hand axe. I mean, she's that weary, she can barely keep things up. She says, "Stay."
How far up are we? from the ground?
10 feet or so.
Let's say down.
Yeah, down.
She doesn't fight it at this point, but she, stay back.
I'll just reach out my hand to her. Please let us help you.
At this point, I mean, she collapses at this point. I mean, she can't anymore. She's done.
Alright,
I'll pick her up.
let's get her upstairs.
Back up.
The elevator, I guess.
But we don't leave room for the monk. Suppose your own way up.
Monk is on.
As you lift her, make a perception roll with advantage.
15.
One of her legs doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right. How?
So you would expect skin feels soft, warm, right? This feels hard and cold.
Like a metal that I heard.
It does, in fact.
Okay.
I don't go any further than that.
I'll make a point to pick up, if she dropped her weapons, to pick them up.
Yeah.
You know, with her.
They look really nice. She's got better weapons than all of you put together. You see a rapier, you see the hand axe, and she also, strapped to her back, has a silvered short sword.
Are they bejeweled or something?
No, you just know that these are of expert quality. This is like,
She's like a high guard.
you can make whatever assumption you want. She's got way nicer than you do.
Makes sense.
You guys get her back up. I'm assuming that there's some sort of, you don't have an easy pop healing now, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about this guy,
A
but...
druid probably has something.
And Druid's got heals.
It doesn't work.
Like lay on hands. What?
Huh?
It doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
You go, and you say the magic word, and nothing happens.
Okay, do I lose the spell?
Mechanically, it does appear to waste the slot.
Okay.
So, I got this, give me the nature power! And you go, boop, and nothing happens.
Can I figure out why?
How about that Arcana roll?
Arcana or nature?
Nature magic.
Arcana. It's an Arcana thing.
Nat 20.
That funny tingling feeling that you didn't really notice until you really started thinking about it, this entire tower is an anti-magic field.
Sweet.
That's why I gave you a look. Just why. Because I'm pretty sure your wild shape would count. I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd have to look at it, but it says it nullifies spells and spell-like effects. So that's why I really wanted to know how you were shape-changing and where, because there's a range on it. So theoretically, if you leapt in full human form out of the tower and got far enough away,
Right.
you would turn into a bird. If you did not, you would plummet 70 feet. So I wasn't sure how that would work.
Anti-magic field that emits magical lightning. Interesting.
Oh, maybe it's mechanical lighting.
I looked
You
for
magically assume the shape of a beast.
So that was why I gave you a look, because no one had actually tried magic yet.
Would the other one work?
That was the argument in my head, because I think it would.
Okay.
As he's explaining this, we're in an anti-magic field. The first question is, how the do the golems work?
Oh, what about... Well, can I use key points?
Well,
while we're in there?
the ground
Those aren't
floor
magical.
might not be.
They're not magical?
The ward, I'm assuming it's a ward down on the door worked. So
It
is
did?
it just up here?
You wouldn't know for sure, but you got a nat 20. You have been, since you flew all around this and did all this stuff, you're pretty sure it surrounds the entire tower, and in fact, some distance around it, maybe 2 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, something like that.
Okay.
And since you got a 20, I'll also give it to you. Whoever did this with a giant electromagnetic tower anyway, that had a security system on it that electrocuted the out of people for 10 minutes, that's not minor magic.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about some serious shit here.
Wow.
Because the fact that it's theoretically a permanent anti-magic field
A dispelling field?
in which the
No,
shit...
anti-magic field. That's a completely different thing.
What, than having a permanent dispel?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not only countering spells, it's countering everything. If you had a magical item, if you had anything on you right now, it doesn't work. None of you happen to be magical, so you've really never noticed it till now.
They don't even have that spell anymore.
What, anti-magic field?
Permanence.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is some not in the book shit, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like, you as a player character could not do this. That's how out of your league this is.
Yeah, see, anti-magic field in and of itself is an 8th level spell.
Normally, to make something permanent, you would have to expend a lot of shit back in the day. You might even have to spend... This is a crazy thing for you guys because you've never had to do it. You even had to spend experience points to get done.
Permanence, you had to spend experience to cast it.
So to have done this in 3rd edition, it might have cost you a level and a half. And what is the range on anti-magic field? Like 80 feet? 60 feet?
Self 10-foot radius sphere from you.
So that would be to make a permanent anti-magic field of 10 feet would cost you a level or a level and a half. Not to mention this whole fucking tower. Plus you're able to put permanents on shit in it like the golems to make them work. Just giving you guys an idea of...
Spells and other magical effects, except those created by an artifact or a deity, are suppressed in the sphere and can't protrude into it.
I do believe you can make some sort of medicine roll, though, if you'd like to assist her. Non-magically.
I didn't make it.
19.
17 plus 2 is a 19. What
You
about
all-
that 19?
You all crowd around the pretty lady and somehow eventually resuscitate her. She's laying on the bed. She's sort of, what?
Bandage up whatever wounds she has.
Where am I? Please. Who are you? Do you know? Are you truly friends of my master?
Octavio? Acquaintances. We get along.
I like to think we became friends.
She sort of leans up.
He entrusted us to know what he truly looked like, so...
And what does he look like to you?
Old man.
You must have impressed him somehow. Though he didn't tell you his name, I see.
I wouldn't
As she leans
say
up in the bed.
impressed so much as followed.
I'm
yes.
sorry I blew up your wagon.
You see her turn and look at you, and you see like an ice cold glare from her. We will talk about that later.
I think most of the gold is salvageable. It's just melted into a puddle.
It's too bad the decades of research and learning were destroyed. I thank you for that, friend.
Yes, well.
I'll say to her, although you probably don't need my help, I'll hit him if you want me to.
It's fine. It is somewhat understandable, I suppose.
This is some really sweet equipment you have here. What's your name?
He trusts you, yes? It seems he does. She says, my name is Esmeralda Davenir.
And where do you come from?
From a land far from Barovia.
I come from a land down under.
Sounds like the majority of us.
But, did you come here willingly?
Not exactly, but somewhat.
We were all tricked. Well, no, not that guy.
Nope, born and raised.
Playground is where he spent most of his days.
It's good.
Chilling out, Max, relaxing all.
This is Irina.
Shooting some b-ball.
Shooting some Vistani outside of Alaki.
This is Irina, friend of ours,
Also from here, we think.
possibly, maybe.
Is Ish a thing here?
At the introduction of Irina, Esmeralda screams and pushes herself off the bed and starts, she can't. She's in incredible pain. She starts crawling for the elevator.
Whoa!
No!
Grab her!
You bitch! No! And I continue yelling and screaming, but we'll just go ahead and do whatever you guys are
Yeah,
doing.
no, I mean we'll grab her, try to calm her down.
She's just flailing.
Take it easy. What's
She's
going?
flailing.
What's
She's
happening?
like, it's her! I saw her in the painting! It's you! You're the cause of all of this! Why? Why would you do this? Oh, God! You're with him!
Oh, my internal bleedings.
My internal bleedings have caused the pain in my ribcage.
Slow down. Slow down.
My pancreas!
Without
Sweet Christ!
My
losing
liver,
consciousness, please explain.
She's gonna be raving for a bit. It's gonna be very, very hard to calm her down. As she just continues to shout. She probably switches to the Vistani language, which again, you get that it's insults.
Anybody Anybody know a song? Sing, calm this lady down, something?
No, he's dead.
Yes, back in my order, we would sing ourselves amongst the dead bodies that we're studying.
It seemed to calm them.
I looked at Irina. What is her?
She looks baffled. Okay. She looks horrified. She's like, you're his bitch. You're his spawn. I know it. I saw you.
Okay, so far we've done that's Davin.
You can't say shit, Corvus.
I mean,
No,
you are
we
stuck.
might have told you what happened, but probably didn't.
Corvus is having a great day. Like, f***ing lightning and explosions and falling through floors and
Welcome to the
finding
party.
the Journal of Strahd. Like, you had a great 24 hours.
Look, Irina's a friend. She hasn't done anything. I don't know what you're raving about.
Eventually she will, rolls would help.
Persuade to calm her. I'm trying to calm her down and have her explain stuff.
Well, sure, how are you going to persuade her to calm down?
I don't know. I'm just talking to her nicely, trying to... What do you want to say?
Your hair looks nice, and
Ignore
you
the
should...
fact that I look like a demon spawn, and let's just have a simple
let's not even
chat.
talk about that.
Compliment her shoes.
Shoe.
11.
Your hair looks...
You have a wonderful looking shoe. You
I have
have...
a charisma of 9.
I rolled an 11, guys. I don't know.
The overall, not the score.
She keeps just sort of tossing her head, and this can't be. Where is he? Where is Van Richten? Oh my God!
Well, who's that?
Von Richten. That's her boss.
Anyone else gonna?
Octavio. Rick.
Von Richten. Nice. I didn't put that together. Now you're really gonna hit me.
18.
Hey, there we go.
That'll do something.
Big man sort of shh.
Please, calm down. We can discuss this.
No, we must kill her. We must kill her first. She's like,
Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Give me the silver sword. I will make it quick.
Nope.
And she's kind of leaning up to go and get her sword.
Not happening. Hold her down.
Please, let me do it. And I'll ask for her sword.
That works. She hands it. It's sitting beside her, so you could just take it.
Okay. I will look. I'll turn my back and look at Irina and I'm not gonna try to do that kind of thing. So I'll look at the sword and so this is a silver sword. This should do something different.
We believe it will ensure that the spawn cannot rise. You must behead her. It is sharp. It will be painless.
Is that what's in the chest?
The chest.
Anybody?
Can you go
2
2 hours without fucking something up, punk?
I said it in man voice.
The chest, it is... You're talking of the What is that? What would the head of a Vistana have to do with any of this?
Well, you know what's in
I didn't know if you had beheaded a spawn or something.
God knows, Van Richten is something.
That's for sure.
His methods are unique, which is what has made him successful. Please, he may be looking through her eyes right now. We cannot take the chance. Please, slit her throat.
From the feel of this tower, this tower will keep him out magically.
That is funny. Have you stepped on the flagstones of Castle Ravenloft? Have you stood within the Great Hall? Had his spawn chase you halfway across
Not
the
me,
land?
The guy I know.
I feel
Couple
like
friends we know.
I feel like 2 of us may have.
You do not understand. I was there just some time ago. Our painting is on the wall in his bedchamber.
That's a little creepy.
Speaking of that,
I mean, Irina, you know anything about this?
she faints.
Arena or
Irina.
Okay.
She screams and faints.
Okay.
Nice.
Success.
You must
probably keep the sword away from her.
I can see the wounds on her neck. She's been fed on. He has some obsession with her. I don't understand, but she must be killed.
Explain to me, if you say she's his spawn, why would then she be fed on?
I don't understand. I don't. I do not know if she's already been turned or if he's in the process.
She's not turning.
Can you account for her everywhere about?
Since she's been with us? For
No.
the
No, you cannot.
For the most part,
For the most part.
You do not understand. Sometimes
she's either been in our care or the care of his family,
we have.
or she was at the
Kidnapped by
palace.
Izek. Yeah.
or don't. Not even out of game. Bring that up because we just not confuse things. Don't need any of that message out. I'm trying to convince her
Oh,
she's been safe.
Yeah.
I was making sure you weren't making a.
He's trying to keep the truth from the lady who wants to
Right.
slit her throat.
Yes.
Got it.
No, you don't understand her. She's I do not understand. There's a painting. Hundreds of years old with
Okay,
her.
what is she standing there? Is she doing something? What is it just a portrait?
There's a portrait. There's a portrait of her, and it's in the bastard's bedchamber. I know
checked.
Jeff is highly
She's
entertained
fine.
and immersed in this. How is Corvus feeling about all this? Which, by the way, when she points it out, she is wearing a bandana around her neck. And you would know what vampire feeding looks like.
What would I know about vampire feeding?
You would know that vampires come, they feed, they kidnap children,
Right.
they take off. I mean, you would know that sort of
I just know the
things.
legends.
Yes, but you've seen it. You
Right.
know that that's what normally happens. They come, they feed, usually people will kill themselves so as to not suffer the penalty.
What penalty?
Or, I mean, to not become that's the thing, is if they're fed on and not taken immediately, a lot of them will kill themselves. So
Right, but how long does it take for somebody to become a spawn?
Not long.
How long?
A couple of days.
They have to
weeks.
die from the bite?
You're unsure?
Okay.
Either way, she still hasn't turned. She's probably fine.
Right,
How long
she's
have we
been with-
Arena?
She's been with you for the last few days.
A week? A couple weeks?
It's been
1 week since you looked at me.
It's been at least 9-10 days.
Probably, yeah.
At least.
I mean, you gotta think about it. This whole 6 months of gaming has been like 2 weeks
Yeah.
Yeah.
of hell. She sort of, at this point, she's sort of exhausted. She has to lean back. I was in the castle. She's there. I promise you.
There may very well be a likeness of her.
No.
No.
No likeness. Her.
We had he was a life cleric, right?
Mhm.
How can I word that better though? Like
We hit a dwarf once.
We
The
had
priest
a
of the
holy
morning.
man.
we had a holy
Priest
man
of the morning
who was a priest. I'll say a priest of the morning lord who was very convinced that she was not turned nor in danger of turning. We've been with her for the last 10 days at least, and she is as she is.
And then he may be toying with her.
I'm gonna
It would be better to put her out of her misery so she does not have to suffer.
check.
If you want to catch a
If you want to catch a beast, you need bait.
You play a dangerous game, friend. Keep in mind, this is not a game of life and death. This is a game of life and eternal unlife.
I would take myself before I let him bite me.
I have lost too much to date to care about losing anything else.
What of her? Will she make the same choice? Will he? Will you?
That's their choice to make.
She sort of leans herself back against the wall. I tell you this truthfully. I do it because I believe it is the most compassionate thing. If he has obsessed over her over this, whatever he has planned for her will not end well. I have seen what he can do. I have been tortured by him myself. I think he wants Van Richten.
Have you seen him lately, your master?
Not for months.
Months, days.
Did Brutavia know she was bit? Did that come up in our discussions?
No.
Nope. Not that I'm aware of.
Positive?
Yeah, never did. We talked. We mentioned werewolves once, and he got interested, but that was as far as it went. With.
I mean, we never did, but we did talk to.
Incorrect.
We did talk to. What's the last name?
You mentioned lycanthropy.
What's your last name?
Martikov.
And
We did talk to the
and
Martikov.
Martikov said we don't talk about that.
I thought he heard us. I thought he overheard part of
Nope.
us.
I don't believe
say
so.
Something.
But
My fault.
I don't know. Maybe there was. I don't know. But I know we talked about it at least with them. So
Yeah,
whether
it's
they
totally
may have
possible.
communicated it, I don't know. But I'm gonna check Irina's neck.
How much history would I know about the Burgomaster of Barovia and his family?
Oh, the Baron himself?
No, Barovia.
Oh, Barovia?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sort of out of your territory. You trying to... Going that far means you have to skirt around the castle, and that's something that the Martikovs don't like to do.
Okay.
So you may know passing. You wouldn't know him, necessarily.
Okay.
You're more from the west. Sorry, what was the question?
I'll check Irina's neck.
It looks like they're healing. They've not gone away,
Yeah.
but the wounds look like they're healing. As best as you can tell.
Right. Expert.
I must... It's not as though I can do anything to her in here anyway.
What? How sure are you that silver affects spawns?
I have fought many things across many lands, places you've never heard of. Silver works some places, not in others. It is a good safety procedure, just in case.
What would it do to a spawn if a spawn touched silver?
Depends on the spawn. I do not think you understand. I have fought vampires in other lands. The vampires in the Valley of Barovia are not normal.
Touch your skin with the sword.
Well, the vampires in the Valley of Barovia, do they react to silver?
I have seen only one vampire that I got close enough to interact with. And he left me with this. And she shows you how she's just been rended across the ribs. And she sort of lifts her arm up and you can see the, just bruising and blood and cracked ribs and stuff.
This was recent?
Yes. It's like I was in Castle Ravenloft not a day ago.
And the
What the
light.
hell were you doing there?
Looking for Van Richten. He's come here to kill him.
Did you happen to see dragon? Half dragon? Or what were you
A
again?
dwarf.
A dwarf?
It's like, I saw many things, some real, some not real. I couldn't tell you. If you have friends who've gone to that place, I pity their souls. I do not know how I made it this far.
How'd you lose the leg?
Do you typically look up a woman's pants when she is unconscious?
No, but when she steps and it goes clung, we get a little curious.
Easy to hear.
And she rolls it up, and you see that she has a metal foot, like that, and it runs all the way up to the knee. Werewolf, lycanthropy. I severed it rather than risk being infected.
Interesting.
Cool.
It is too bad that you
Cool.
cannot simply remove the head, and a pretty young woman would be fine.
I knew a guy named Herschel once who got
Can we touch the wounds on her neck with the silver sword? Would that
I mean,
maybe
if you
be a
want
little
to.
convincing.
I mean, at this
Yeah,
point,
it's going to.
Okay,
you
let's
can do
that.
it. Nothing happens.
Okay.
There you go.
I would not trust it.
Okay.
It's been 10 days. Like,
I have been in the castle. Do not trust anything you see.
You got any holy water around here?
I did.
Oh, I think that was directed
Stare
at
at the
bro.
monk.
As well as a map and some journals and some information.
I really
that's
hope there
lost
wasn't a
for her.
tiger in there.
Meow.
I'm choosing how I phrase this very carefully, but I am putting a nail in this coffin. We are not harming Arena.
I can do nothing to stop you. I would appreciate, and she starts to struggle to her feet, some help back into that bed.
We'll help her in.
Yep.
I need sleep. What more would you ask of me?
Please rest.
She begins to settle.
Rest. Take a watch. Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Who's got first watch?
I will take first watch.
Perception check.
There we come to.
You don't hear anything. Are you looking out the window? Are you doing anything in particular? Or are you just sort of sitting there watching? Are you watching? Here we go. Are you watching out or are you watching in?
Watching in. Okay. I would not be able to really see out, so I feel that would be pointless.
Okay.
Is there just a window here, or are there also arrow slits?
There are also arrow
Also,
slits.
it's on the fourth floor.
Yeah, I would sit next to one of those so I could hear if need be, but I don't know what a 12 would get me.
How long are you guys taking watches for?
Couple hours.
I don't know. What time?
Okay.
What time would you say it is at this point? Because
I mean,
we
it's-
kind of rested a bit for some time.
Not a lot. We talked for a lot, but it's one of those where an hour of talking lasts 5 minutes in game.
Yeah.
So it's only maybe an hour or two after dusk. So yeah. Perception checks from everyone except Troy. I'm assuming this is all taking place at the same time.
17.
16.
Almost as if on cue in a bad 30s movie, you guys hear a howl. Ow! To which you hear sort of the whole coyote thing. You hear about a dozen answer that howl, and it is close.
All from the same general direction? Or...
With Lucas's perception, Lestat would know that they came mostly from the west.
Pretty sure they were like circle.
We did the javelin thing with the platform again, by the way.
I mean,
So you hear
wolves can't talk, so they can't call the elevator, right? We're probably fine. I don't think they know how to dance.
Well, if it was lycanthropy, then possibly as soon as it entered the area, it would turn back into a human. It'd be like, "Yo, down,
Maybe
please."
if they know how to get in.
You guys hear another call and response. Ow! Closer.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it. They're
They ain't
coming.
gonna get up here.
That's what I'm saying. They can't get in here.
And then you guys hear it like it's gotta be at the edge of the lake now. Ow, ow, ow,
What are wolves scared of? Let's do an impression of that animal. Like a
Or we
Try
just
to
stay
stand up.
quiet.
I'm pretty
and
sure
try
they're
not to
apex
attract
predators.
it.
They don't.
Is anyone
Bears.
is anyone
turn
watching?
into a bear, make a
Yes.
noise.
You are watching? You see
Can you turn? Do animals have dark vision? Can you turn into an animal that has dark vision and be able to see?
Absolutely.
That thing? Okay.
Mhm.
like if he turns into say an owl, which has a ridiculous sight,
Yeah.
he could turn into an owl.
Well,
Aww.
can you? Because that was a question.
The book gives the example.
You
of turning into a
see-
crocodile. I think that'd
You
be
see a
awesome.
pack of wolves. Well, you see a pack of you see like 9 or 10. So you're looking, or is everyone looking out the window?
No, I mean,
It's just him.
Are we asleep? It's who's
It's
on watch.
just you. Okay. You see what you consider 9 regular. I can hunt these for meat wolves. You see 6 very large wolves that roll nature.
19.
You're pretty sure are werewolves.
That's super.
And then you see 1 even larger wolf in front of them, and it ow, and then they all turn their heads up, and then you notice is all that'd be what 9 and
It's Scott McCall.
6. Is that right? Yeah. So a total of 16 wolves. After they bay, all turn and look at the window.
It's not. We don't have a light on up there, right?
I'm assuming the fire's still burning.
But it's in a stove that closes, so you should be able to see the flame.
But
Guys,
the smoke
the
goes
smoke.
out the
yes, but
top.
you can't see the eye.
Yeah, but they're wolves.
can-
They're
got
wolves. They
dog
can
sense
smell.
as well, you know?
You
They're
can't
gonna know
see
exactly
the
where-
flame.
You don't
It doesn't
need to.
matter.
You can smell it. Have you ever been to a campground before? Don't tell the guy who spent 18 years.
Wolves
using
can
only fire to
smell
warm
what you
himself.
ate for dinner last week.
Oh, and by the way,
Make it
they
real
might
obvious
notice
with
the
that.
giant wagon that was there yesterday that's not there today. Or the scaffolding that's laying on the ground.
That happened too.
Or the horse.
Or the horse
Oh,
Just
out there.
Probably now dinner for them.
well, what would she do with the horse normally? Bring it in and just let it walk around the first floor?
Hitch it to the f***ing wagon?
Right.
Well, no, clearly she was living up here.
Zip.
She's been living up here.
I'd say rush you to the burn unit, but I think that wagon took care of it.
Oh, me. Are you still watching?
Yes.
They bay again and then stop mid-bay, and you see the lead wolf walk out, and you see that lead wolf stand up on its hind legs and shapeshift into a man. And you hear him shout out, "I know you are there. Come down and play."
Is it a voice that's familiar?
No.
Good call.
Hey, guys, wake up. Some it's about to go down.
I mean,
No, it's not. They can't get to us.
Don't say that word. So much up right now.
No, we
much
did
up.
the javelin thing. We're cool. How about if we want to talk about going down, throw some dookie out the window. Clunk his ass.
Throw that severed head out there.
You have two choices.
Mm-hmm.
Come down,
Huff and puff and blow the door in.
or I can talk to, well, you know who.
I didn't know dogs could talk to their owners.
You see, he turns and he growls, and you see all other 15 wolves pounce on that poor horse and just tear it to shreds.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, I'm so scared of the natural order of things. Oh, heavens, these wolves eat meat, guys.
See, here's the thing. If they get in
Sarcastic.
here, they can't shapeshift because it's magic, and they can't.
Well, even if they
Yeah, they can.
Very well. We appreciate the dinner. I will be sure to pay my respects to the master for you. By this point, that horse is nothing. It's been...
Yeah, I watched The Walking Dead. It's cool.
And you see, the man who was talking to, he says, "Sleep well, friends." And he turns and he goes to leap. And as he leaps, he turns into a wolf. And all of them follow him in a phalanx formation. And you hear them howl as they cut off and run off into the woods. And on that bombshell, where would you go? The DM would like to know. If,
What's
say,
that other-
perchance, he needs to prepare something.
What is that other city that you want to go to?
Kretsk.
So Kretsk would be next on the pecking
Yeah,
order,
but-
you think? So do you all spend
Yeah, I guess
a
so.
Yeah, the
terrifying night
only
inside the...
place that we know to go is the Bronze Cave or
Which
something.
is way off from where
Amber
we're at.
something?
We're not,
I don't remember what it's
We're
called.
nowhere near that place.
Amber Temple?
Amber, that's what it is.
You do have a guide here, so the guide does have an info dump's worth of information. So at this point, I'm assuming you're not leaving your tower, yes?
No, I want to sleep.
Okay.
I don't know if I can make it any more clear that my character feels absolutely no fear in this temple, in this tower, from the outside forces.
Okay.
So while I get a rug, I go back to sleep and heal my damage and feel great.
Okay. Go ahead. Who's next watch?
Probably me.
Perception check. Do you have dark vision?
Yes. 14.
You're pretty sure that you notice some dog or wolf-like forms hovering around the outer banks in the woods. "Quote-unquote, dawn breaks. Irina,
Breaking Dawn.
wakes
wolves,
up.
Vampires. Love it.
Esmeralda wakes up. You guys are getting a whole, caravan of ladies going with you.
That's how we do.
Evening the odds.
She appears much better rested, as if the crazy thing that you can do where you suddenly get a full night's rest and are totally back together in D&D happened.
So she's all better?
Yeah, she
Already
looks
her
significantly
bleeding's
better.
gone and everything?
Yep, because
Did her
that's
foot-
the way it
Did her
works.
foot grow back?
That takes a spell.
Or a demon, if you happen to know.
So
who
you
to
see
talk to.
her stand up and she's like, "May I have my weapons back?"
That depends.
Do you promise not to stab or cut the heads off of my friends, including the lady?
Most importantly, the lady.
She's like, I will not slay your friends unless I see them turn.
And in that event, it probably would be best if one of us did the deed.
Then you better be fast.
Oh, believe me. And then I pull a card out.
Fast, just as fast as you were when you opened my door to my caravan that no longer exists.
I didn't die.
He's swift,
Hey,
ain't he?
by the way, when you're in an occupied land full of enemies, who puts "do not open" on the cart that has all their worldly belongings rigged to blow?
Zing.
That would be for the werewolves that we heard last night, or the other people who come and snoop, hopefully to kill them.
But then you should still lose all of your stuff. I'm just saying, proper planning prevents poor performance.
I really hope you're not blaming her for her card blowing up right now.
I'm just a little bit.
Because I absolutely did ask you to not do that, too.
So that.
Twice. I think he did twice.
Yeah, actually, I did
I
too.
recall one of us not being in a listening mood yesterday either, so...
Zing.
I'm sorry, have you lost 2 friends?
No, I'm doing pretty well. I'm keeping mine alive.
Have you
Wow.
have you perhaps been responsible
think
for 2
I'm-
people of this party being lost?
You think I'm the ass?
Yes.
Have you met the monk?
There's room for 2.
There's room for 2 in his boat.
You know the saying, everybody has 2 assholes?
Wait,
Surrounded by
is that a giant?
Christmas ornament.
Is that a giant thing? I don't know the
believe one
anatomy
them's a
of
vagina.
giants
I'm sorry.
or your people, but that's very
So,
strange. You should get that checked.
I'm
what
a
is
druid. I could figure out how to make popcorn, couldn't I?
probably, yeah.
Just
You need
sit and
to
watch
make
these guys argue.
So
he makes the post to Michael Jackson and says, "I'm just here for the comments."
before we finish anything else, is there any additional info dump? Is there any additional planning that we need to go through
I don't know.
before next time? I'm thinking we're getting to a pretty good stopping point since I don't have a whole lot more prepared. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Do you want to do this now or?
Much as Matt had when he came in with a new character, I have a quest.
Yeah.
The Martikov family owns where's the name of it? The Wizard of Wines winery, and we need to check it out. The supply of wine's been dwindling. Erwin's worried and wanted to send someone to check on the winery.
Where's the winery?
it would be southwest. So like start towards Kretsk, except when you would normally sort of turn north to go to Kretsk, you instead go south.
So it's still not really on the way. It's kind of out of the way to get to where you want to get to.
I mean, you still have to head west 6 miles before you either turn north 3 miles to go to Kretsk or south 1.5 miles to go to the winery.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we could stop there on the way. I don't know.
You can do whatever you want.
Probably
Open world game.
Yep. Do you guys want to know anything?
What do you know about Kretsk?
And
I
werewolves.
know very little about Kretsk.
What do you know about the Amber Temple? We've heard of this as a place.
It's haunted.
That's what we've heard.
What about the weird wizard?
A year ago, a mage confronted Strahd, fell from the pillar of Ravenloft, and thought to have died. Mad mage haunts Lake Zarovich.
What about werewolves? How do you kill them?
Stab them until they quit moving.
Okay.
He's got a point.
Actually, I would have a very good idea about that.
Have you killed many werewolves?
No.
You would have killed more werewolves than you had seen vampires, probably.
Oh, okay.
Werewolves are a huge problem in Western Barovia.
Okay.
Like, a massive problem. They're like fucking cockroaches.
Okay. Silvered weapons, magical energy. Actually, any energy attacks would do it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What?
What's a non-magical energy attack?
Stunning strike.
Alchemist fire. Something that does fire damage. Something
Setting
that
a wolf on fire is different than throwing a fireball at a wolf.
Right.
Yes.
I've got Hellish Rebuke. That's about all I can do. No,
That-
once.
Well, but
Anything else they would have resistance to. Actually, no. Anything else they'd be immune to.
Anyway,
I want to ask Esmeralda if she... Any other place that you would know to look for Von Richter?
No, she can't find him. That's what she's been trying to do, is find him.
Right.
Is what we saw his true form?
Yes.
that werewolf guy said something about say hi to your master. Is it possible he was talking about Richter and not Strahd? So I'll say hi to your master?
He said, I'll say hi to the master
I
for
thought
you.
he said your master. My apologies. Thought I heard a your in there.
You get the sense, as she tells you more about Rudolf van Richten, and Van Richten is a loner. He's a monster hunter. He's the world's greatest monster hunter.
I was going to say, I think I've heard that name before.
Rudolf van Richten.
Yeah.
He, in fact, has a whole book of cool weapons to fight monsters with.
Let's find some of
And
those.
so he was...
Somebody just
was he
blew
in
them up.
Valaki to kill Itzik?
She wouldn't know.
No, I was just asking you. I was just curious.
Oh,
Like, was that his mission? Is that why he was in there?
no, not even sliced.
Okay.
Was he in hiding?
Kind of.
What?
Assuming it's like small potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, killed.
He has... She tells you that Van Richten is a tortured soul. He's seen great tragedy in his life. And it is my thought that, well, you are adventurers, yes, you keep track of things that have happened to you. He did as well. When I first arrived in this tower, some of his writings were here. Most were in the fire.
Why'd he burn them?
I think he has gone on to his final mission.
Which is...
Strahd.
Right. Well, I'm sure we'll all be joining him.
You have a way to contact him. I mean, obviously he knows he's got a better chance not being alone in this.
He's cursed. He works alone.
Cursed. You mean cursed?
She looks at you and then, looks at herself and then says, cursed. What other cursed is there?
There's cursed like you have bad luck, and then there's cursed where you turn into things.
Don't judge.
There is
No offense.
cursed as in the Vistani, the death curse.
I don't know what that is. I'm not from here.
Well,
Please, info dump.
the Vistani death curse will stick with you for the rest of your life. He is cursed.
Sounds accurate.
Is he Vistani?
He has been cursed by Vistani.
Where is he from?
I think he's from Darkon.
I think that was also I don't know if you were trying to get there, but there's being cursed, there's having a curse.
That's what I was trying to say.
I understand what you are relating in English. She doesn't understand what you're trying to say.
Demonic sarcasm does not translate.
No, for her, as a Vistani, that's like saying, I'm
But she's saying a
Snorkelthumb.
Vistani curse. Is it a curse on her people, or is it a curse that her people give? You made it seem like he has been cursed by the Vistani.
Yeah.
He has been cursed.
Not that he is a Vistani who is just cursed because he
He is
born
not
that way.
Vistani. He has been cursed. Yeah, he's from Darkon.
Do we know where that's at?
No.
Do
Do
know
I?
where that's at?
Make me a wisdom roll.
18.
You've heard tales of it. It lies northwest of Barovia.
Sort of the direction
Okay.
we're heading.
It's not in Barovia. You've never been there. It is not
oh.
in Barovia. It is elsewhere.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You think? Maybe? It's very weird. The Vistani don't do Barovia like everyone else does. They move freely.
Right.
So Darkon to them is actually like, oh, I just drive my wagon that way.
Through the mist and all. I'm going to ask her that question. Yeah. Do you know how to get through the mist?
You don't.
She's like, it is hazardous, but yes, I do.
Is this because you're Vistani?
Yes.
What would it take?
I am afraid that if I tried, we would be unsuccessful.
That did not answer my question.
Not at the least.
It takes 2 feet and to walk.
So what keeps you from being successful?
Strahd. He is ancient. He is the land.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've heard that chant before.
Yeah. Holy crap.
It's almost as if it's a theme in the game.
Well, I
It
thought
may
that
be
was a
in
weird...
P&L Rod's book, like on the 3rd page. Legitimately, on the 3rd page.
I think you did far.
What's that mean for me?
What do you mean?
Strahd is the land.
You think that it's for you and the people you're working with fighting against Strahd?
No, I mean as a druid.
Ooh.
Okay. I'll go there. Roll me nature.
15.
There are...
I think you just won the game of Stump the Dewey.
No, he's asked a very clever question, and I find it hard to reward him for it, and that annoys me. He's asked a very, very clever and important question.
I mean, my character wouldn't necessarily have a reference point for someone from another realm.
Yes, which is part of the hard part.
Yeah.
Your understanding of the land, he is ancient, he is the land, that phrase, while it is part propaganda, you think it's part how he keeps control over everything, you believe that to be true.
And as a druid, I'd probably have a closer connection to it to understand how true it is.
Yes, but that is because there is a malevolence at the very natural essence of Barovia. Barovia's mists don't just mist. They mist with purpose. Barovia's creatures don't move as creatures. Sometimes they move with purpose. You would know that there's a difference. But it's not just that he can see through the eyes of ravens or through werewolves or whatever. The whole f***ing land seems to be under an intelligent control. Which even just a single conversation with anyone not from Barovia is f***ing terrifying. Like, you see a storm come up, right? The storm comes up and it washes over your house. What if you saw a storm come up and it just f***ing like an evil god, just lightning just destroyed your neighbor's house, but left your house completely untouched? Mm-hmm. You've seen that. The land does that. That to you is normal. He is the land. He can control it. It is part propaganda, but perhaps he did form Mount Baratok. Perhaps he can control the very elemental, fundamental aspects of this land. He and the land are combined. And you would not know any different. But like I said, you bring up that sort of statement to the rest of these guys, and that's f***ing terrifying because there's nothing. That's the thing. Druidic magic, sorcery, holy magic, everything has its place and everything has its own checks and balance. There's nothing like that any of you have ever experienced. To have something so totally in control over all of it.
It's like magical fascism.
It could be an extension of will.
Yeah.
Who's Will?
It goes back to that pocket dimension thing.
Maybe.
Like all the inhabitants are figments of his imagination and we're just toys.
Could be. Corvus seems to think he's pretty real.
Yeah.
So did Buzz Lightyear once.
That's the second Buzz Lightyear reference tonight. You're starting to freak me out.
Do you have any other questions for Esmeralda?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean to Corvus as quietly as I can. I want to ask him how he feels about me showing her the amulet medallion.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't trust us.
No, I don't want to say it out loud.
I know.
I'm trying to keep her out of it and he knows more than the two of you.
I'm not sure. Because I don't know how fanatic she is at this point.
Is this your card?
I don't want her trying to steal it and take off back to Castle Ravenloft with it.
Well, since some time, I need to know more about this. If you have more information, do you?
About the holy symbol?
Yeah. Know more about this. Not the symbol, but this artifact.
Yeah, the holy symbol. Do I know what it does?
Supposedly it's like...
Or just the legends?
Yeah, you know the legends. You know that it was given to I believe it was the priestess Lugunda, and Lugunda had the holy
Paladin.
symbol, and she... Huh?
Paladin Lugdana.
Lugdana, that's what it is. And Lugdana f***ed up a whole bunch of vampires, and it was like this holy symbol, and then it was lost for forever. David couldn't do anything with it.
But not know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't.
No.
It's been lost for centuries. We don't know.
Think about it as like...
in that book.
Literally like the Ark of the Covenant. Like, it's like that. It's like this is holy f***ing power. Anything else?
I guess not.
Esmeralda says, You need not worry for your beautiful maiden friend here. As she straps on her axe and puts the short sword in the rapier. She's like, I will go. You saw Rictavio, as she looks around the woods, in Valaki, yes?
Yeah, he said he was leaving, though.
I will see if I can pick up the trail there. The last time through, I was not,
Well, to be honest, you weren't there, but yes. One of us would say that. Davin was there.
We assumed he was coming here. That's why we came here.
He told us about the tower.
Well,
Do you have any idea why he would have told us about this? He told us to come here?
Well, my guess, I had to do something with,
she looks at you strangely as you don't finish the sentence.
The safety.
I
of the
was
place.
trying to see if she would...
She doesn't say anything. I believe he is concerned for people. When he gets close to people, they die. He's a loner. I believe if he knows I am here, which Rictavio is a smart entertainer. She again looks to the left and to the right towards the forest. He may want you all to watch over me. I will go to Valaki. It seems is a good enough place to convalesce and to continue the search for my friend.
You're welcome to come with us if you want.
I am an NPC. You are meant to do things on your own. My +1 weapons will ride with me, not with you.
Can I...
Check out the Blue Water Inn.
If you need to speak with me, I will go to this Blue Water Inn and I will speak with
Erwin, my brother.
your brother. I will reside there for a time. If you go to other places in return, I will wait there for you.
Show her the secret Martikov handshake so that everyone knows it's legit.
She sets off on foot, slings her pack around her back, takes a forlorn look at the remnants of her.
Before you leave, do you happen to have any magical items that can help us on our quest?
They were
And as
in
she
the-
walks away, she just
probably-
rises a single finger on her left hand.
There's nothing salvageable at all in that mess.
Nope, everything is destroyed. So,
How much experience is a wagon?
negative 75,000. No, I knew as soon as that was on there, I'm like, they're gonna this up.
Yeah.
100%, they're gonna this up.
So
And
we
when-
were going to get awesome trinkets if we didn't blow that up, huh?
absolutely.
Beans.
It's just like I was like,
Again, not we.
You get all...
I'm not getting pissy. I'm just saying, 2/3 of us asked you not to.
No. 3/4 of us.
Okay. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
I don't ask you not to because I say you be you.
Also, 3/4 of us told you not to get into a carriage.
And that ended up
Twice, I guess now, so.
that ended up with Davin's head on a pike.
Dick.
Spoiler alert.
No, is that true? I gotta with us. Because that's
We'll
gonna
find
be
out
real
in
sad.
about a month when that thing finally airs. It'll be longer than that.
You ride up on Castle Ravenloft and say, she's just standing there holding his head, going, ha!
Just dripping the blood into her mouth.
Where she jumps off and flies away as a bat.
You have all of my... No, sorry, none of my sympathy. Interesting story.
Was it?
I played the character.
No, you didn't. You gave her to me. I had to play her.
No, I played the character until I gave her to you.
Right, and then I had to play her.
Because it was that quality that you were talking about that made her go and do that.
It made her do what?
She felt betrayed. You guys left her in the carriage, so she was like, that's it.
We left her, huh?
Yeah, no.
She looked back and saw you guys specifically turn and walk the other direction. She saw it, and that was the turning point. That was when her decision was made.
Our title track, Nocturne, provided by Sleep for the Weary off their new album, Nocturnes. To find out more about Sleep for the Weary, check them out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook, and at sleepfortheweary.com. Join in the brothel conversation on Facebook. Questions, comments, and suggestions can be sent to between2crits@gmail.com. Like what you heard? Subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes.